Welcome to Apprentice Marks. My name's John, and I got a leak under my kitchen sink. So today, I'm gonna learn to install a brand new kitchen faucet. Let's get started. So this is the offender. I like it well enough, but it's got a couple of problems. One, it sprays water all over the place if you use it the wrong way. And two, it sprays water all over the place down here, even if you use it the right way. I'll regularly poke my head down here to change a garbage or something and find a whole bunch of water just hanging out near those pipes. It's not good for the cabinets and it smells like shit. So we bought a new faucet. It's an American Standard Deneo and it cost me something like 250 Canadian pesos. It wasn't cheap, but I guess this is the sort of thing you're supposed to buy once and kind of have it for life. So spent a couple of bucks on it and we'll see how easy it is to install. I'm no plumber, but it seems to me like the first thing you're going to want to do when you're doing plumbing is to turn off the water. So there's one. Oh, you don't want to turn. See how you like some leverage. There's one shut off. So this guy's going to need to come back 90 degrees. There we go. That should do it. There it is. All the way off, all the way around. Alright, now we can go to town. With the messy stuff deactivated, step the second is to disconnect the lines. There she blows. Huh. Less mess than I would have thought. You know, so far, a minimal amount of spillage. I can live with that. That nut right there is the bane of my existence. It's around this threaded rod here that goes up into the fixture. And focus. It's holding that metal plate in place there. And if I can't get that plate off, I can't get the old fixture off. But there's no space down here to get a wrench around this nut. There's fuck all for clearance. Christ. Loosen that sucker off. Oh, you can get in there. You're in the way. Alright. Can you? No good, eh? Oh, corrosion. Fuck. Well. I don't know about this situation. I want to be careful with those pipes. Oh, it's wet. Fuck, get off my head. Oh, shit. There's a tool for every job, and I'm the tool for this one. This sucker is a nut remover. Whose sole design is to be able to get up in a spot like this. Ah, fuck's sake, stop pissing all over me. Christ almighty. And get around a stubborn ass fucking bolt like this. I tell you, I could never be a plumber. Simply because I don't really like being wet. Like, what the fuck? There you go. There you go. Oh, you prick. With a properly tucked tongue, a whole shitload of WD-40 and some well-placed curse words, I managed to get this nut loose, and this nut is holding back this plate here, and this plate is what's holding the faucet to the underside of the counter. So I gotta get this plate off, so I had to take this nut off. So I got it to loosen off here, only to find that it won't come past this fucking nipple thing on the end of the faucet. Now I've tried twisting this nipple and pulling this nipple, tugging on it, caressing it gently. This sucker won't come off. So you know what? It's time to hit it with the Dremel tool. I'm sick and tired of dicking around with it. Well, I couldn't fit myself and the light and the camera and the Dremel tool down here all at once, but I managed to slice the nipple off of there in about 30 seconds with a cut-off wheel, and now the nut comes right off, and this brass plate comes right behind it, and now the faucet should pull off from the top side. And there it is. Oh, fucking finally. Finally! It's finally gone! Holy fuck! Now we gotta put this sealing gasket inside of this bezel plate here. And that sits on there. Feed all the cabling through it all down underneath the sink, where we'll hook it all up. Now to fasten the unit underneath, we start with this rubber gasket for sealing, and this metal gasket goes on, and then this machine part goes on here, and it's got threads on the inside. It's going to thread into the faucet itself. I tell you, these plumbers have got to be fucking circus performers, man. My job requires me to sit at a damn desk, not do yoga positions under people's sinks. This one is significantly larger than the old one, so it's a hell of a lot easier to work with by hand. You don't have to get up there with fucking tools. And it looks like we're just going to be able to hand tighten this and then finish the job with those set screws, which will make it so much easier for anyone who has to deal with this guy in the future to get in here and loosen it off. Much better design. So it's time to hook the water lines up to the wall, but wouldn't you know it, the cold water line is barely an inch too short to get to the pipe. Fantastic. So I had to get myself out to the getting spot before they closed on a Sunday and get an extender here. This is a 3/8 inch stainless steel compression fitting, and it's just an extender here, so should be able just to run that guy in to there and this guy into here, and you want to run these guys about a half turn past hand tightened. Fortunately, the hot water line is the right length. And again, 1.5 turn past hand tightened. And then the last thing that needs to be done down here is we've got to take the extension hose here and connect it up to the faucet. Oh, there's farther in and there. All right, so this outer sleeve has come all the way down over. So you pushed up, pulled down, and then that locked into place. It was pretty clear when it locked in. So there's these 2 stickers on the line here, and we want to attach the counterweight between those 2 stickers. This is a heavy little son of a bitch. It's some kind of rubber, and it feels like it's got shot or something in it. And then there's just a Phillips screw that goes into there. And that's going to make sure that the extending end of the faucet stays held to the top of the sink at all times. And that should be all there is to it. In theory now, we can turn the water back on and there should not be any disasters. Everything appears to be holding pressure, which is good. Hey! We have a faucet. Cold water? That should be hot water. Back there. And there it is, hot water. Spray. Nice in the middle. That comes out. Spray around. Pulls back up. Real nice. So that's a wrap on this one. I hope you learned something along the way, and I hope that I showed you that if a computer programmer can handle installing a new faucet, you can too. Thanks very much for checking out the channel. If you dig what I do, please subscribe or give me a thumbs up. It really helps me in the YouTube ratings game. And if you want to keep up with what I'm doing between projects, you can check me out on Twitter @ApprenticeMarks or over on Instagram @MusicPolice. Thanks very much. Have a good one.